Oh my god, I look a hot mess, y'all. Like a whole hot mess. You know when you buy one of those wigs on Amazon and you get it and it don't look the same on you as it did in the pictures, but it's okay. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's Adrienne. Hope you guys are doing good today. So long time no see. Oh, so much, so many things have been going on. First of all, I am parked at I'm actually just parked at my bank right now. It's Saturday. It is, what is it? Hold on, it's July the 9th. And I pulled in here because I just got some Starbucks. I went, hold on, the top came off. This is the new pineapple something drink. So I got that. The first Starbucks I went to did not have it. So I ended up driving to this one and I got my venti water no ice, which I always get. So I'm here finally to record this video. Y'all don't even know how many times that I've tried recording this video and like I planned for it and I kept like, something kept happening, something kept coming up, and I'd be like, oh, well, I'm waiting to it such and such date. And you know that saying about like always waiting for the perfect moment, like it never happens. So I said, you know what, let me turn my phone on silent. I said, let me just do this because I don't know, today I kind of woke up in like a completely different mood slash mindset or whatever. And yeah, I was feeling more like I was gonna record today. And so I dropped my son off. Ava is not here right now, which is like a rare occasion. But anyway, so I'm here, I'm back. So many things, again, like I said, have been going on. I wrote out some notes that I'm like tentatively gonna try to keep up with, just to keep myself on track. Hopefully you can hear me well. I turned the AC down. I would turn the car off, but then I would have to roll the windows down and I don't really want to do that. But so yeah, let's catch up. The last video, not the last one that I uploaded to this channel, because the last one that I uploaded was like days after the whole Roe v. Wade reversal, and it was like a resource video, but that was the very technically the last video that I uploaded to my channel. But the one before that, if I'm not mistaken, it was my Duke Gardens video. And I think in that video I was kind of explaining that I was gonna, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to start doing, was to like do some videos showcasing basically Durham and what Durham has to offer. Let me slide back some because I feel like I'm not really in the frame. Yeah, this wig is like not really it, but we're gonna rock it for right now. Anyway, I wanted to do some videos about Durham, and the kids and I did do some things. We have done some things. We are doing some things. I just haven't really recorded much lately. And a lot of different reasons for that. Like some of it is me, like personally, I've been like battling depression and just kind of going through the works with that. You know, just being a mom, being a single mom has its challenges, as we all know. So just doing mom life and dealing with van issues. The van is out of commission. As you can see, I'm in a different vehicle. Dealing with housing issues. Oh my God. So I'm gonna try to go through like one by one and just kind of just overall give an update on things. In general terms, like we're all good, like we're all in relatively good health, you know, we're okay, you know, like we're all healthy, we're all relatively happy, all of our needs are being met for the most part, so it's not like we're in like dire straits or anything like that. But you know, just life happens, life gets in the way, and I kind of actually like lost interest in recording videos on this channel, to be honest with you. And yeah, so anyway, what should I start with? I'll start with the van because that kind of kicks off everything else, I feel like. So for those of you who don't know, we purchased a van from a company called Wheels for Hope. It is, I guess it's a charitable organization, but we purchased a van from them. You get it like deep discount. Basically, they get these vehicles, they refurbish them, and then they donate them. Well, donate them. I think we paid like $500 plus the tags and title and stuff. So anyway, when we first got the van, there was like a minor issue that they told us about, and they told us that they were gonna fix it. So okay, fine. I didn't stress it. We have a, what is it? A 2005 Toyota Sienna. Okay, so minor issue, couple of days later they fixed it, fine. Obviously, like it's a 2005, so you know there's like a couple of cosmetic things, but overall like the van was okay for starters. We got this van back in October, I believe, like the end of October, early November, or maybe it was like 1st of November, something like that. So the next issue that we had, what did we have? Oh, I think there was like another smaller issue, like the lighters where you plug in like the cord for your phone, because obviously it doesn't have like regular like USB jacks, but the lighters, the USB lighter thing that you can use, those weren't working, but then we got that worked out. And then the next thing that happened was my son and I went to Walmart and went inside grocery shopping, came back out, van wouldn't crank. So we were without our van. I'm gonna try to speed this up a bit. We were without our van for like 5 days, I believe. They ended up fixing it. We paid a portion. Okay, we moved on. All right, fine. So the next thing that happened, what was I doing? I was actually leaving work. And I'll touch more on work later because yeah, I've had like several jobs since I last spoke to you guys, but or I should say maybe several is the wrong word, like a few, well anyway, we'll talk about it. But in any case, I was leaving work. My car was parked in like a parking lot, and so I was leaving work, came home, stopped by the mailbox. Now mind you, up until this point I had no issues, like there were no issues with the van. It was fine. It wasn't even like, oh, it's been acting funny. No, like nothing. It was normal, or what I knew as being normal. And got to my complex and I stopped at the mailbox. And of course, you know, like I pulled up, I parked, turned the van off, got out, took the key there to the mailbox, checked it, came back, van would not crank. Like literally would not crank up. Like it wasn't turning over, nothing. It would not crank. And I sat there, it was like hella hot that day. And I sat there for like maybe 10-15 minutes, like just trying back and forth. Then I would sit for a few minutes and wait, and then go back and try to do it again. Like nothing. It was not budging, it was not doing anything. So I was like, okay, it was getting closer to 5 o'clock. So I went ahead and called my complex manager and I was like, hey, I'm having van trouble. I'm parked in front of the mailboxes. You know, please let whoever the towing people know so they don't tow my van, blah, blah, blah. So she did that. And then the next morning, I told my son, I said, hey, go get the keys, go see if the van will start. Guess what? The van started. So Gabriel actually drove the van to our townhouse and parked it, turned it off, and then came back inside. You know, we switched keys or whatever. And I was like, what? That's weird. So when I went back out, cranked the van up, it started fine. I'm like, what? That's really weird. So, and I think I had to work that morning, so like I didn't really have a chance to like try and, you know, figure out whatever. I did end up calling Wheels for Hope, because I was thinking that the van was still under warranty. Well, what I would find out later was that the warranty had expired. It was like a 6 month, I think 6 months or 3,000 miles, whichever comes first. And I think I reached my mileage limit first. So they were like, oh, you're out of warranty, so we can't really help you. And then I think they ended up sharing like 4 or 5 places where I could take it. And out of that 4 or 5, maybe I think one of them didn't have any availability until like 2 weeks down the road. I was getting different amounts, $600, a little bit over $600. One person even, like, they wouldn't even give me an amount. Like, they couldn't quote me anything. He was like, oh, I can't quote you anything without seeing the van in person. So anyway, but that's actually a little bit later. So that next morning, woke up, because the van cranked, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna roll with it. I went ahead, I had to go to work. I had to be to work at like 9 o'clock, I think, back then. So went to work, parked the van, same thing. Parking lot, went inside, came back outside, same thing. Van would not crank. So I'm like, what the like, what is going on? Okay, so I sat there, same thing again, like just trying to figure out what's going on. I ended up having to leave the van there, like literally having to leave the van there. And this is before I heard back from Wheels for Hope. And I was thinking, okay, like before they ended up towing the van to their shop. So I was thinking that, oh, I just called them and they'll end up towing it again. So I left the van there, got an Uber home, called them, left messages, emailed them. And I think I finally got back in touch with them through email. And basically they were saying that, you know, like I said, we can't help you. We can give you a list of people, blah, blah, blah. People that I called, like, it was gonna be hella expensive. People were saying, like I said, one guy said that he couldn't give me anything until I brought the vehicle in. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, there's nothing I could do right now. So I ended up, I think the next morning, so the next day, went back to work, got another Uber, and of course I had a ticket on my car because in the parking lot, you're not supposed to have vehicles there, which I kind of sort of knew, but I was a little bit unsure as to how it was all going to work out. It was like a warning ticket, so I didn't have to pay anything. It was basically like a warning ticket saying, hey, don't park your vehicle here again overnight. So that was kind of that. I ended up, that day got the ticket and everything, went inside. I was talking with my manager at the time, and she's like, oh, we can call blah 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 and let them know that you work here and it should be okay. That afternoon, came back outside. Okay, so this is what happened. The guy that gave me the Uber, sorry, I'm trying to like condense this, but it may not make sense if I leave stuff out. But the guy who gave me the Uber that morning, he was like also a mechanic, and he was like, oh, it could be, sounds like it could be a battery issue or a starter issue. She's like, if you get it cranked up, go to like Advanced Auto Part or AutoZone or something like that and get your battery tested, get your starter tested, and then kind of go from there. And I was like, okay, like he gave me like hope, because I was really feeling like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do? So that afternoon, got off work, and sure enough, it cranked right up. And I was like, okay, great. So I called the kids. I was like, hey, the van cranked up. I'm gonna drive it to Advanced Auto Parts, which was like the closest one. I was like, I'm gonna drive it there, and I'm going to, you know, get them to tell me what's wrong with the car. I'm gonna get everything tested. So okay, fine. Get the battery tested. So I pull up there. The lady tells me to cut the van off. Not really thinking. So I cut the van off. She tests the battery. Actually, what I was thinking was, oh, well, if it doesn't crank back up, then I can just get her to give me a jump, right? Well, she tested the battery. She said the battery was good. She showed me like the little reading or whatever. And then I was like, okay, well then let's test the starter. And she's like, okay, well, crank the van back up. Van would not crank. And she was like, well, I can't test the starter unless you crank up the van. Like, I I don't really know much about cars, y'all, so yeah. Long story short, I ended up having to get the van towed because she was telling me, she was like, hey, she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know you can't leave it here overnight. If you leave it, it's gonna end up getting towed, and then that's, you know, I'm gonna have to pay for that myself. So I was sitting outside, I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the moment that I finally got in touch with Wheels for Hope, and then they told me about the whole warranty, and then he gave me a list, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up having the vehicle towed back to my townhouse, and the guy like just, you know, put it in one of the parking spaces. I let management know, hey, you know, I'm having some issues. I'm gonna try to get this done as soon as possible. Yeah, the van has been there. Like I said, I've called like multiple different places on different days, and it's usually the same thing. It's either we don't know until we bring it there and like check it ourselves, and then I'm like, well, if I get it there and it doesn't crank back up, like, am I gonna be able to leave it there? Like, different things like that. Some people say no, some people say, you know, you can bring it, but we have to, like, we can't give you a quote over the phone, because I was trying to get an idea, you know, so I can like kind of get my ducks in a row, figure out what I'm gonna need or whatever. Anyway, as far as the van, kind of a long story short, the van has been parked at my apartment, or I should say at my townhouse, whatever. It's been parked for like the last, wow, it's been maybe a month now, because I've since left that job that I was at. So yeah, it's been parked. It has, like, I have been able to crank it up. That's the thing, it will crank, but once you crank it up, if you turn it back off, it won't crank back up again. Like, it won't crank multiple, and that's with it sitting in its place. Or like, I can still drive it. Like, I can still, because I've driven my son to work in it, like I can actually crank it up and go, but then once I turn it off, it's like that's it for right. It has to wait like 24 or 48 hours before it'll crank back up again. It's, yeah, it's really, really weird. The last place that I went was like, yeah, bring it in and we'll test it for like I think they said $10 or $20 or whatever, and that is my intention. I just other things have been going on. I got another job, and yeah, it's just been kind of all over the place. So that was really stressing me out for a while with the van and everything, because I was just like, oh my god, this is what I was afraid of. This is what I was afraid would happen. I would get, you know, a vehicle like this and start having problems. And yeah, Wheels for Hope, not much help at all. I actually, at one point, because I was so frustrated, I even told them like, hey, can you guys just take the van back? Like, take my name off the title, take it back, I don't want it anymore. And they like stopped like returning my calls and emails, literally. So yeah, I was like, I'm not even asking for money back. Like, I just want you to take it, because at that point I had gotten another vehicle, which I'll touch on right now, or yeah, which I'll touch on in a second. But yeah, it was really crazy. As of right now, as of today, again, I'm gonna attempt to see how much it would cost to get the van fixed. Well, first of all, find out what's wrong with it, then see how much it'll cost, and then see, you know, if that's something that I'm going to do, because I kind of sort of have plans for the van if I can get it going. It's just a matter of different things. So that's that. What else? Housing issues. Before I do that, because I said I got another vehicle, so I am currently, as crazy as it may sound, I am back doing Lyft, and Lyft was like my side job for a while, but now it's like, I guess it's still kind of a side job. Everything I do right now is kind of side-ish. Like, I don't have like a full-time job. I just have a lot of things that I'm piecing together and paying the bills with, and yeah, it's working. So this is actually the third, no, this is the second Lyft vehicle that I've had this go round, because the first vehicle, there was an issue with the AC, and it was something like that was gonna have to go to a dealership to fix, and so Lyft just switched the car out. So yeah, I'm in a Lyft vehicle right now. I am back lifting for the moment, so that's that. And you know how much I did not want to do Lyft like ever again, but you know, needs must. So yeah, that's that. What else? Housing issues, and not even housing like problems with rent or whatever, because like all of our bills are getting paid. So that's not an issue. Of course, you know, you can always have more money, but yeah, that part is not an issue. We have been living, or at least I feel like we have been living in hell, like absolute hell. And it's to the point, like, I'm not gonna go into super detail to say what exactly has been going on, but like domestic violence stuff in our neighborhood, like not with us, but domestic violence stuff going on, drug stuff, gang stuff, gun stuff. You know, police has been out to our complex like multiple times. Like, there was one mom that pulled a gun on another mom, and then the police came out there, and then there was another incident between another like twosome of moms, like, and like 7 patrol cars pulled up, and it's been wild. It's been crazy, especially when, you know, the weapons came out. Like, that was like, what? Where am I living at right now? Like, you know, I grew up in the country, and it's not like I haven't seen guns before, but just like not like that. So, you know, it's been scary, honestly. So just trying to deal with all of that, dealing with constant, you know, just constantly seeing the police, and not in a good, you know, on good terms, just, you know, always something, sirens, lights going off. It's crazy. Like, I haven't been sleeping well. It's just been a lot of stress and headache, and yeah, at some point maybe I'll go into detail later on down the line, but for right now, it's just been a lot of drama at our place of residence. So that has been going on. As you guys know, my son, my oldest, Gabriel, he's 17. He turned 17 back in May, and he graduated military school, came back home. He was going to go into the military, and look, I'm not even drinking my drink. So Gabriel was gonna go into the military, like it was like almost signed, sealed, and delivered, and then he, like, something happened. Like, there was something called, what did he say it was? Like some kind of buddy system where he could go in with a friend, and like they wouldn't be split up, because he had like this homeboy that he met at TCA, and they wanted to go in together, and then that changed, and then they couldn't go in together, and then something changed again, and then it was like, oh, it was back on. So then they both had all this paperwork to fill out, and we, like, you know, got everything printed out, filled out, and then something happened with his homeboy where he wasn't gonna be able to go right away, and then so Gabe didn't want to go. So then he was like, well, I just want to get a job. So I was like, all right. So he got a job, and, you know, the good side, Gabe is working. He's working full time. He's working overtime. Like, Gabriel, I'm proud of that part. Like, he is actually working. He's working full time. You know, at points, he has been making more money than I have. Like, Gabriel seriously, every 2 weeks, and I told him about this. I was like, God, I didn't realize like fast food is paying that much, because he's working in fast food. And I'm like, when I was younger, you know, we were making like $6 an hour, but they're making way more than that now. Every 2 weeks he's bringing home over $1,000. And then he has his stipend that he gets every month as well. So yeah, Gabe is doing a damn thing financially. We actually put together like a little savings plan, and he's gonna try to save between 10 to like 20K by his birthday. So yeah, he's doing well on that front. He has all but lost interest in going to the military, which I'm a little sad about, because I feel like he needed that direction, that guidance that the military, I feel like the military provides. He needed to be around some positive male role models, because he's kind of, even though he's still working, he's kind of like reverting to some behaviors that I don't really like, and then starting up some new behaviors, you know, like smoking. So I'm just like trying my best, you know, as a mom, as an only parent, like trying to do as much as I can to like encourage him to stay on the right track. Yeah, that's been a process. So there's that. Ava, other than that, like, you know, other than that though, Gabriel's good. He's fine. He's healthy. He's got stamina for days and days. Like, seriously, when I say he's working overtime, like 10, 11, 12 hours a day consecutively, yeah. Ava is doing good. She finished, what was it, 7th grade. She did have to go to summer school, unfortunately, but we got through that. So, you know, she'll be starting 8th grade next year. I'm trying to, like, you know, encourage her to, I don't know, set some goals, some things you want to do. You want to play an instrument, you want to like play sports, like something like that, because, you know, after that then there's high school, and, you know, high school's like a whole nother ball game. So trying to encourage her, you know, to do the same thing, just trying to keep both of them focused and like not lose sight of things. Okay, it's not bad. But I don't really get what all the hype was about. But yeah, just trying to keep both of them focused. Like I said before, we have been doing some things, like we have discovered Jordan Lake. If you don't know about Jordan Lake, it's basically, it's a lake, like in, I think it's in, is it Chatham County? I don't know, but it's like near, it's like 25-30 minutes away from our house, and it has a beach. So it's like a nice alternative for us, like to not have to drive like 2-3 hours to get to the beach, the real beach on the ocean, but then still have, you know, sand and be able to get in the water, blah blah blah. So we've been going to Jordan Lake a lot, actually, and plan to go a lot this summer. So yeah, definitely check out Jordan Lake. But yeah, we've been doing that. We've been eating at a few restaurants here in Durham. Our pool is open, but we have not been yet, because even the same, like, that's been kind of wonky. Like, it's supposed to be open at a certain time and it's never opened that time, or something is going on that they're having to fix. All kinds of stuff. So but yeah, it's summertime, and, you know, I'm just trying to like get fun stuff in also, especially for Ava, because like Gabriel wants to work, like that's what he wants to do right now. Obviously Ava's younger than him, like, you know, she wants to have fun and you know, do things. So just trying to, you know, keep her happy, and just doing stuff and not have her like that. That's kind of my struggle right now, is to not have her stuck in the house, because she has expressed to me that like she doesn't like it when, you know, I'm at work, Gabe's at work, and she's there, you know, by herself. Like it affects her, I guess mentally, emotionally, whatever. So, you know, that's kind of the struggle when it comes to things. And I'll say this kind of, not to go into detail, but I recently, maybe like a month or two ago, found out that Ava's dad is paying child support, but not for her. So, you know, and I went back and forth like whether or not I was gonna even go and reapply basically, because I was like, I don't want this headache, you know, I don't want to have to go through court system, like all of that. And then in the end, I was like, well, you know, that could be spending money for her every month, you know, like different things, savings, whatever. So I was like, okay. So I had to start this whole process again. You know, I had to reapply for child support. And mind you, our case was open in a different county before. And just a tiny bit of backstory, her child support case was closed because at the time her father was disabled, like temporarily disabled. Well, then Ava was getting Social Security, and then we got a letter. So like earlier, was it this year? Yeah, earlier this year, I got a letter in the mail from Social Security saying, hey, just a reminder, like, you're not entitled. No, what was it? No. What happened was I got a letter from Social Security saying that her case was being closed and that she owed money. I was like, wait, what? How can a 12, at that time she was like 12. I was like, how can a 12-year-old owe money for Social Security when it's money she's receiving because of her? Y'all, I'm telling you, when I say it has been one thing after another, it has been one thing after another. Okay. Yeah, so I had to go through this whole process that I'm still going through right now. They're basically saying that he wasn't entitled to receive money for XYZ reason. I didn't know about it until I finally received a letter from Social Security, which I was kind of pissed off about that. Like, hey, dude, you could have gave me a heads up to say, hey, this is going on. So yeah, I've been dealing with that. Because now, in order to clear her, so like it's still considered a debt, which is mind-blowing to me, right? But it's considered a debt that she owes. They're saying that she was overpaid because of whatever issue is with him. Like he wasn't, oh, it's thundering. It's getting ready to rain probably. So yeah, long story, like they're saying that she owes money, basically. Yeah, my now 13-year-old owes money because her father was not supposed to have received money during XYZ period of time. So anyway, I have to produce all these documents in order to get that amount transferred from her to him where it should be to begin with, right? Because if it's his fault, so yeah, going through that, and then also going through this whole child support thing. Yeah, that's something. That's something. But y'all, I'm trying to keep my head up, trying to stay above water. Let me jump back into, because I don't want to stay out here too long, especially if it's getting ready to rain. As far as my job situation, so you guys know if you've been following my channel, if not, hey, but yeah, so the last job that you guys remember me having was Amazon. I did a whole playlist for Amazon, and a lot of people, for whatever reason, were confused as to why I left Amazon. And I was like, I've done XYZ videos, like detailing the things that were going on, you know. Anyway, I left Amazon back in February, and at that time I just like paid up my rent a bunch of months ahead and was just like, let me figure stuff out, let me figure life out, maybe focus on YouTube a little bit more. And anyway, that just, you know, other things got into way. Like I said, my depression kicked up, and it was just one thing after another, and it's just, I felt like I was constantly getting knocked down. So anyway, I ended up, and actually Gabriel got me my first job following Amazon. So as I said, Gabriel's in fast food, and this lady came through drive-through and gave him a card, like randomly gave him a card. She's Chinese, and she's like, I guess it was like, if you know anybody that's looking for work, let me know. And so he sent me a picture of the card, and it was like something alterations. And I was like, he texted me first, he's like, do you want to learn how to sew? Because he knew that I was like sort of kind of looking for a job, but I wasn't really like 100% where or whatever. So he sent me this crazy, like, do you want to learn how to sew? And I was like, huh? At first I was like, wait, what? And I like slept on it, and then I woke up the next morning and I gave the lady a call. Anyway, long story short, we had the interview. I got hired. I was an apprentice tailor. The pay was not like fantastic. It was better than I actually thought it was gonna be, but like it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't gonna be something, how do I say it? Like it wasn't meant to be full-time at first. And then I was like, well, you know, I need full-time. And she was like I guess she was trying to work with me. Sweetest lady, the sweetest lady. I actually miss her and my co-workers, and it was just really nice. Like I worked with mostly foreign people, and like it was nice. Like I liked that, the cultural aspect of it, and then also learning a new like skill or trade or whatever. Like I've always wanted to be one of those people that could like yank down some curtains and make like a dress or, you know, a shirt or whatever out of it. And so I was like, okay, this will be fun, you know, learning something new. At the end of the day, like it financially, it wasn't working financially. I was hourly, and you know, I was only working like maybe six and a half hours a day. So yeah, it wasn't working out that way. But before I even quit, I ended up getting a third job, because I was working that job, then the van crapped, so then I got the Lyft vehicle, so of course I had to make the Lyft money. And my goal was like, okay, I'm gonna work this job and I'm just gonna do Lyft enough so that I can cover the rental fee, because as you know, there's a rental fee with Lyft, but it comes out of what you make giving rides. And so I was like, I'm just gonna make enough to cover the rental fee until I can figure out what to do about the van or whatever. So I had 2 jobs basically. And then I picked up a third job at FedEx. Yeah, random. But anyway, yeah, I got a job at FedEx, and it was another one of those like just something that just kind of fell in my lap. Basically, I have been applying for jobs like for years now using Indeed. And anyway, long story short, I did that, applied for that, got a text message interview, if you will, and then we talked on the phone with this guy, and then I got hired right away. So I started there. I'm actually planning on doing a video, because I want to do, it won't be a series like the Amazon, like no, because for one, I'm no longer there. But yeah, I'm gonna do another video about what it's like to work at FedEx. Well, in my particular situation, because it's still like a DSP. Like, you know how Amazon is a DSP, but they don't call it a DSP, but it's like another company. You don't work directly for FedEx. But anyway, that job did not work out. That whole situation, like at that point I was working 3 jobs, and even in my head, in my silly little head, I was like, oh, there's another job that came up. It was something that I was gonna be able to do from home. So I was like, okay, I'll be tired, but I'll be at home. Y'all, it did not work. It's like it just kind of exploded basically. So yeah, none of that worked out. I ended up getting stung on this arm. Actually, you probably can't see it, well maybe you can. I got stung on the job by a wasp, or what I think was a wasp. Okay, and then yeah, it just kind of went downhill from there. My company like didn't give a shit. So yeah, so yeah, I'll do another video talking all about my experience with FedEx. So yeah, that didn't work out. And then yeah, so I am solely doing Lyft right now. Lyft sort of kind of, you know, good days, bad days. I mostly work during the morning. Some mornings I get up like really early. Like tomorrow, I'm planning on getting out super early, like before the sun comes up early. Usually get like people coming from the airport or going straight to work, things like that. I try not to go out at night. I was actually thinking about going out tonight, but yeah, when I finish this, I'm just gonna go home. Excuse me. What else? Have I covered everything? I feel like I have. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. I have been recording some, like I have some grocery hauls that I've done. I just haven't uploaded them. So after this video, like after I've uploaded this video, then I'm going to go ahead and edit and upload my other videos. So I have grocery hauls coming, and then I'm gonna try my best to get back into the swing of things. We are, and I say this, it's like a tentative statement, I guess, but we are on the verge of a whole life change. I feel like I said that before, maybe, but yeah, just, you know, you reach a point, I guess, where you realize like something has to change because you're kind of going in circles, whatnot. So yeah, Gabriel will be 18 next year. My daughter will be 14. So I've been trying to like keep it together, basically. And it has been difficult, you know, at times. Like my kids are like so opposite of me. Both of them are Tauruses. I'm an Aries. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but like they're like polar. When they were younger, I used to think that they themselves were polar opposites. Now I feel like no, they're polar opposites of me. Like they're more so leaning into the more like, oh, you know, the house and the dog and white picket fence, that kind of thing, 9 to 5, and I'm just like over here, alternative life. So we're trying to figure out, it's starting to rain, we're just trying to figure out how all of this is going to mesh. And like I said, just life changes, necessary things. One thing I'll go ahead and tell you, and this is a decision that me and Ava kind of came to with like our health. I'll say our health, mostly my health, but it's a change that she actually brought up to me. But yeah, Ava and I are planning on going pescatarian. So like pescatarian, and I don't always like labels, but more like pescatarian slash, definitely more plant-based, but not 100%, because initially we were like, well, let's be vegan or let's be vegetarian. So I'll just say we are going to move into a more plant-based diet fully in 2023. Because if you've watched a lot of my videos, especially my grocery haul videos, you know that, you know, when I grocery shop, I shop either in bulk or I buy multiples of things. I have a deep freezer that is full of meat. So yeah, we're planning on sitting down and doing some inventory, because my goal, or our goal I should say, now that we've made this decision, I'm like, okay, there's really no point in me buying meat anymore, because we have, like I said, a freezer full. So I'm not buying any more meat the rest of this year. In terms of like, you know, like stuff that I normally would buy in bulk. So like the hamburger packets and steaks and chicken and stuff like that. Like we have a ton of stuff now. So I'm like, we're going to get through all of this stuff the rest of the year. And then because I feel like we have enough to last us the rest of the year. There's what, like 5 months left, so yeah, we have enough to last. And yeah, 2023, we're gonna be like somewhere between vegetarian, vegan, and pescatarian, somewhere in that mix. We've already been like, you know, sharing recipes and things like that, and making plans and gearing up. But like, y'all, I seriously, and even before that, even outside of that, like, I personally am trying to lose weight. I have a reason for that, but I'm not gonna go into detail about it right now. But I'm trying to lose like at least 30 pounds within the next 2 to 3 months. So yeah, it'll all make sense later, but fingers crossed that I can do that. So yeah, we're just overall just trying to get healthy. I've had like, I feel like, I don't want to say health scares, but just things that made me come to realize, okay, Adrienne, you got to do something. Like, you really have to do something. So that's kind of that. What else? I still I don't want to say too much, but I still want to travel. I want to travel full time. My kids are kind of, well, Gabriel is definitely like, he doesn't want to travel full time. Ava is like the in-between, where she's like, can we travel like part-time, like, you know, kind of half and half or whatever. So again, just trying to figure out like how all of that is gonna work. You know, earlier in the year, there was a plan in motion for her to be at her dad's for the whole summer, and then it was like half a summer. And yeah, we're at this weekend here, so, you know, what are you gonna do? What else? I'm trying to think, what else? Oh, I have actually, despite the fact that I'm wearing a wig, I'm like this close to shaving my head. Seriously, like dead serious. You guys know, what's her name? Jessica Nabongo? Yeah, like that kind of shaving my head. Seriously, I'm just like so over hair. I'm over my hair. I've never been one to do hair. Like, I've never, when I was younger, I always got my hair done, or yeah, either my mom did my hair or got my hair done. So I don't even like doing my own hair. Like, I actually hate doing my own hair. So yeah, and I've tried to like teach myself, you know, just, yeah, I'm kind of over hair at this point. So yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I'm like a cross between, I want to cut my hair off and just go bald, and or cut it off and like wear wigs for the time being, and just until I figure out whatever. What was I gonna say? Oh, my computer. So that's another thing right now. My computer has crapped. I have a MacBook Pro that I've had since like 2017, which is like not even that long, but it's like in Mac years, I guess it's like long. So I don't know. I don't really know how that's gonna work out. Again, like, I think this happened like 2 weeks. So yeah, this happened like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So I've got to figure this out, because now I have this other job opportunity that I had before, but I just kind of walked away from it. The fourth job that I said I was going to take online, it's more like a part-time job, but I was like, yeah, let me, you know, yeah, I should, you know, hop on this, because I want to live this remote life where I'm working, you know, and making money online through my laptop. So you know, that would be smart. But yeah, I need the laptop now and I don't have it. So yeah, and I'm not, I know somebody would say, well, just buy like a cheap laptop. Like, yeah, if you know, you know it. Yeah. So anyway, I have to decide whether or not I'm going to, well, it's not even so much that I have to buy another laptop. And yes, I do plan on getting a Mac. Yes. And then also with my MacBook that I have, I'm debating whether or not I want to get it fixed, because I had this idea, like, okay, because I was tired of sharing laptops anyway. Gabriel has mentioned that he wants to buy his own laptop himself, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I was like, yeah, I may end up getting my laptop fixed and then just wiping it and then giving it to Ava, and then I have a new laptop and we go from there. So that's something, actually, I'm gonna have to do this before, like, right away, like before this month is out. So my working this week and next week is pretty much about working to pay off, to buy rather, a laptop, because I plan on buying it cash. So yeah, that's that. What else? It's like, it's starting to rain more and it's thundering. I know there's something that, like, I'm gonna forget, but I'll open the comments, and you know, if you want to ask me a question. As far as like my channel, honestly, when again, and I've said this like 100 million times before, and I'll say it again, when I first started this channel, it was a single mom travel channel, basically. Like, it was going to be travel vlogs, you know, for me and my kids. And you know, we've kind of evolved to like just regular like lifestyle vlogs, and then I have my story times, and I have my grocery hauls and whatnot. I'm getting away. I don't know if I ever had like an aesthetic when it comes to my social media, but just in case anybody thought there was, I don't have like a set like type of videos that I do. Like, I'm more so, and especially now, I'm just like, you know what, I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm gonna do whatever videos I see fit. So like, this is a catch-up video, okay, great. The next video I put out, you know, it might be something completely unrelated to this. Like I said, the last video that I did was about birth control and abortion pills. Okay, that was a resource. Yeah, I'm getting away from whatever. Like, I don't want to be typecast. I don't want to be put in a box like, oh, only put out this type of content. It's gonna be random. Like, it's gonna be random, you know. It may not make sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, then like, hop off my channel. That's it. Like, seriously. I get some really off the wall comments. Sometimes the little parameters or whatever that I have in place will catch them. So 9 times out of 10, you guys won't even see those comments, and I'll delete them. But I'm getting more comfortable with that delete and block. Yeah. So, and I don't even, at this point, I don't even care about the whole like algorithm, like, oh, you know, because and I don't know if you guys know this, but when you delete a comment, like, it fucks up the algorithm a bit. Like, I have noticed, and I can say this, I don't care what anybody says, I can say this because I've seen it with my own eyes. When you delete a comment, I have had, so you know how you can go into your phone if you have like, what is it called? YouTube Studio. So I have the app on my phone, and I can see, because I'm monetized, I can see how much I'm making or whatever. And like, it'll be at a certain place, right? And then there was one time, or multiple times, where somebody left a really nasty, like, snarky comment, and I saw my earnings jump, basically. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I saw my earnings jump, and then, like, if I delete a comment, then it'll plummet down. So I'm like, What's up with that? Like, yeah. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is I don't care about the algorithm, okay? If I want to block you and delete you, I will do so. Yeah. So I'm not gonna allow someone to abuse me verbally, keyboardly, whatever. Yeah, the keyboard warriors. And I know some people might be like, well, no, you have to just let it wash out. Like, bullshit. I don't have to take someone's abuse to prove that, like, to prove anything. Like, I think a lot of people think that, oh, well, you have to just put up with it. That's like a part of being on YouTube. Like, if that's what you want to do, then by all means do it. It's not something that I'm going to continue to subject myself to. So there's that. YouTube obviously is not like the end all be all. It's not the thing that pays my bills. I think last month I made like a little over $200, which is not bad. Like, considering I didn't post, or did I? No, I don't even think, no. Yeah, but yeah, I got like a 200 and something, I think $220 something check. We'll see how this month turns out. And that's something I've thought about too, like doing like a little how much YouTube has paid me thus far type video. We'll see. But yeah, videos hopefully, prayerfully will be out. Some of them will make sense, like as far as like grocery hauls. And keep in mind, these are old grocery hauls, so you're gonna see, you know, a bunch of random stuff. You'll see meat, a little bit of meat, I guess, still. But yeah, it'll be just kind of all over the place. So I'm gonna try to push those out. But at the end of the day, like, this is my channel. This is Adrienne's channel, and Adrienne will do what she sees fit for her channel. If you don't like it, again, you're free to leave, okay? And you don't have to make an announcement when you leave. Just saying. So, yeah. I think that's it. I think that I have covered everything. I'm gonna go home in the rain. I'm gonna play with this wig some more. And see. Like, yeah. But I have like some more coming also, like shorter. Like I have a pixie one coming. But yeah. So yeah, just lots of different things going on, you know. Again, why have I been away? Life got in the way. XYZ was happening, multiple things. And you know, I'm only one person, and I'm like trying my best, trying to deal with myself, trying to deal with my own mental health and well-being and wellness, and trying to deal with 2 teenagers, trying to be there for them, trying to be supportive of them, trying to help keep them, trying to keep them on the, you know, I don't even want to say right path, because I don't feel like there is a right path, but you know what I mean, like trying to keep them on track by myself, okay? So yeah, I've been adulting. That's what I've been doing the last few weeks. What else? Our lease is coming up, so that's another thing. So we're kind of in this stage where we're trying to figure out, okay, what's next? Do we want to do this again? Do we want to try something different? Do we want to try something completely different? So yeah, anyway, I think that's it for now. Like I said before, be on the lookout for old videos that I'm gonna try to go ahead and get out so that I can free up some space, because like my storage is like out of control right now. But yeah, random weird Adrienne, love it or leave it. Anyway, I hope you guys are well. Seriously, I hope everybody's been doing good. Those of you that have been supporting me, I appreciate it. A lot of things I'm not gonna put up with anymore, honestly. Like and this is kind of random, but a Lyft passenger really gave me something to think about a while ago. And I'll say this and then I'll go. But I had this guy, he was here, he wasn't even from here. I think he was from like Mississippi, or no, it was something, it wasn't Southern, what was it? Montana. It was like a Western state. Oh, what was it? It wasn't Mississippi. It wasn't Mississippi, but it was something else. It was like Montana, one of those states. But anyway, he was here with his fiance, but he had gotten a ride to like Target or whatever. I picked him up from this hotel, and they were like gonna meet up for the wedding. They were there for a wedding. So anyway, just, you know how you just have random conversations with people. It's like one of the things that I like about Lyft. Like every now and then I meet someone that I kind of like have a moment with, and I feel like he and I had like a moment. Like he said something to me. We were at a light and I was in the wrong lane. I was supposed to keep straight and I was in like a turning lane, and I was like, oh crap. I was like, I need to get back over. And he was like, you know, I'm trying to like do the safe thing and just get back in that lane. And he's like, why don't you just drive down? He's like, there's nobody in this lane. And normally I might would have been like, you know, let me drive. But no, the way he said it wasn't like rude or whatever. And it spurred a conversation that we had in like the 2 minutes that we were sitting there. He was like, yeah, you know, he was saying something about whatever the state that he was from or something like that. He was like saying that most people are like assholes, like when it comes to driving, like not like I guess a general, but like when it comes to driving, he's like, yeah, where most people are just assholes. Like, and I can't even repeat everything that he said to me. I can't remember everything that he said to me, honestly, but it was one of those conversations that was really about like taking chances and not being afraid to do something, like not being afraid to do something because you thinking about all the negative things that could happen. Like, oh, well, if I just drive down here, you know, people are going to be rude to me at wanting to get back over. I don't know. In any case, that conversation has stayed with me. And again, this may make sense to you. It may not. If it does not, then keep it moving. But that conversation has stayed with me to this day. And this was over a month ago, probably. But it really forced me to look at myself. Like, I so often choose whatever the safest route is, you know? I choose the safest route. More often than not, I'm gonna choose the safest, whatever the safest route, whatever the safest decision is. Whatever is not gonna upset the balance, upset other people. You know, I do what is expected. I do what is safe. And I need to stop doing that. In fact, I have stopped doing that. I feel like I am stepping more into Adrienne and who Adrienne is, and making decisions that are going to benefit Adrienne, and not thinking so much about, oh, you know, how is it going to affect this person, or how is it going to affect this group of people, or yeah, I'm really taking chances, making decisions, and just trying to, like, you know, enjoy moments. Like, life is so short. Life is too short to shrink yourself for someone else, for other people, you know. And it doesn't matter, like, relationships, period, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendships, whether it's family, whether it's workmates, whatever. Yeah, life is too short to shrink yourself. So I am stepping out and standing up more for myself. So yeah, in terms of this channel, like I said, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. If I don't want you to be here, you won't be here anymore. Yeah. So anyway, this little, honestly, this drink didn't really impress me all that much. Let me try again. It's got the little freeze-dried pineapple, whatchamacallits. Yeah, it's kind of, it tastes like watered down pineapple juice, in all honesty. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna end it here. This is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it's gonna be long. I don't even think I'm gonna edit it that much, because I don't really think that I did anything or said anything that was like worth editing out. But yeah, this is gonna be a long video. Again, if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, don't. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that you need to do. Just keep in mind everything that I have said. And I will see you guys, me and my granny wig, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.